Materialism is not just about getting money. That's not the important part. It's about being the best version of yourself.
No, I've said this loads of times. Money is an amplifier. You don't watch this channel because I'm rich. You watch this channel because not only am I rich and I made it all myself, which is unique, but I'm the big G. I was the big G before I was rich. Now the money amplifies, right? I was a street dog. Now I got much money, my teeth are bigger. But if I never had any teeth, money ain't gonna change anything. I use this analogy all the time. If you see a Lambo pull up and a dork gets out, you're gonna think he's some super fucking crypto tech dork. He becomes a massive mega dork. You see a Lambo pull up and a big G gets out, now he's a mob boss. The car amplifies who the person is. It doesn't change who the person is. The car is not gonna make the geek a mob boss.
If Bill Gates tried to do the exact same videos, everybody would clown on him. The reason he could do this is because he could earn respect. Because if you were in a room with him, you would listen the same way that we're listening to him now. Because he could beat the fuck out of you. That's why Joe Rogan's successful. People sit down and they listen and they respect him because he could kick the fuck out of you. He could kill you with the kick. You can't just, you yelling on the internet too much and like what I'm doing is goofy after a while. That's why I need to take breaks. Or else you're just a streamer, you're like a ninja fucking, like XQC, that guy. Fuck that. But you sound goofy. Did you see that XQC? Well,
No, what was that?
Just some guy who was saying that, well, you're problematic, toxic.
To you?
To Tate. The same shit that people tell me. It's the same goofy ass bot mentality.
It's just gonna amplify who he already was. Money's an amplifier. So a lot of you people are out here chasing money, you need to strongly look at who you are as a character in the simulation. I know in the simulation I'm the final boss. You know it. You're fighting the enemies, you walk in the last room, it's Tate. You're like, oh, for fuck's sake. I'm the final boss in the simulation. I was that before I had money. But you need to look at yourself as a character and decide who you are and decide if having all of those qualities amplified is going to be a good thing. If you're a little simp for pussy, if you're a little bitch for women, and you get rich, you think you're going to be less of a bitch? You think you're not going to be a playboy? Fuck no. You're going to get taken to the cleaners, my friend. You think because you're going to buy a nice car and you're going to be the playboy, you're going to be able to tell those bitches to fuck off? Zero.
You think Bill Gates could call a bitch a hoe? You know who left? Melinda Gates, a fucking billionaire, couldn't keep his wife. Why? Because he ain't got no game. Because even though he's a billionaire, there's still a part of Melinda thinking, this guy's kind of a bitch. This guy's kind of a bitch. If you a real G, if you really like that, bitch is never gonna leave you. You leave the bitch.
Because money...
Sorry to my 8% for saying bitches. I mean queen. You get what I'm saying?
Man, this takes me to go so many directions. Money doesn't even work with women like they think it does. These losers get money and realize they still can't get no pussy. Because there's people out there with money plus everything else. It doesn't even work. So it amplifies who you are. That's what I'll say there in the thing. So you need to seriously analyze who you are as a person, analyze your character, and decide, do I want these qualities amplified? And if you don't, you need to change them. All this information is so nice. My other Twitter account, I was outside Mike Stutchbury's house knocking on the door and shit. I kind of get it. I'm a terrorist of the internet. I get it. Tate's on Twitter, everyone's crying. And I'm the guy who can reach through the screen. You start beef with me on Twitter, and then you look outside, and there's people with war room t-shirts. You're like, what the fuck? I'm that guy. Well, find your address, and your parents' address, and your sister's address, and the school. Don't worry, we got all of it. Bruh. But young kings, they not delete this. Young kings, you are underperforming. You know in your soul that you are. Will you ignore this signal from the universe? Or is today the day that you become a professional? Decide. So that's a message to you. You watching this right now, you're underperforming. You can do better. You know you can do better. This is a signal from the universe. In the simulation we live in the computer program we live in, somehow you've ended up on a chair in front of a computer screen watching this exact message. All the things on YouTube, you can watch anything else. All the places you could be anywhere else. All the words I could say anything else. But no, you're sitting here watching this screen right now in that chair, and I'm telling you you're underperforming. That is a signal from the universe. Are you going to listen and do something? Or are you going to sit there and go, yeah, maybe it is a signal from the universe, and go back to being fucking nobody? It's your choice to make. You know,
that's the Matrix. Have you seen the Matrix? That's exactly what that is. It's the red pill and the blue pill. You okay settling, becoming like a slave to the government, a slave to everybody else, or take the red pill, see the truth of the world, see that voting is a myth, see that it's just control, and becoming an independent person. And that's what the character of forgot his name, but he came Morpheus. He came out, he took the red pill and he came back to save people and to help people. And so you might say, like, in that movie, everybody's like locked up and trapped. You could say it's pointless, but some people want to be woken up. Some people can benefit from this. Thank you for the Eat My Children for the 129 CZK. I think you're Czech Republic. It's time for men to evolve. You can't just be good at one thing anymore. Strive to be the full package and society will strive. Yeah, because if you just Bill Gates, who's good at like typing computers and shit, your wife leaves you, even though you got $1 billion. I'm Bill Gates with my glasses.
First mistake was getting a wife.
Yeah, with that much money.
Right?
Yeah, or being Will Smith, bro. Like, I'm just an actor. Huh?
Bezos too. She went and took a bag from him.
Yep. Don't get married. Yeah, they're goofy because they're tech nerds, and the bitches like don't respect you to that level. You need to be, before you make money, you need to have the respect before you get the money. That's why Jeff Bezos' fucking wife took half his money. Melinda Gates left. They'll always leave. That's how they are. Their ego.
You know what's fucked up too? How Bill Gates isn't leaving shit for his kids. Would you ever do that to your kids?
If I was that rich, yeah, because that's the biggest disadvantage you could have growing up, is having everything handed to you. That will fuck you up for the rest of your life. You'll become a fucking ungrateful, stupid asshole.
They already low-key had everything handed to them.
Yeah, but bro, that's the difference, bro. Because that doesn't, what I realize is that doesn't make you happy. If you have everything handed to you, you get bored. Have you ever seen that episode of The Twilight Zone where the guy dies and he thinks he's in heaven because he goes to the casino every day? He always wins. He gets every woman without even trying. And he's like, yeah, it's dope for 2 days. And then after a while, he's going insane because every time he's gambling, he's winning everything. And he gets bored because there's no conquest. What men need is conquest. That's why that episode is so good. At the end, he realizes it's not heaven, that's hell.
What show is that?
Twilight Zone. It's a show from the 50s.
Oh, yeah, I've seen an episode of that.
He realizes it's hell. At first, he's realized, oh, this is the best thing ever. But it's so easy. Everything is handed. You don't just want to settle. Humans need conquest. We need to strive towards something. Or else we just settle. Cut your balls off. Like dogs. That's what happens I always talk about this on stream. Every time you get a dog now, the first thing they do is cut its balls off. Neuter it. Why? Because it starts humping the chair. It starts running wild. It starts being its animal self. Fucking things. Spreading the seed. So you cut its balls off and it goes... and it becomes retarded and just sits there and just licks you. That's what society does. Domesticates you, neuters you. Thank you for the 400, wherever the fuck currency that is. Tate is cringe. What currency is that?
Yeah, what? It looks like a hieroglyphic.
I'm gonna
Egyptian?
Tate is cringe. Don't be like him. I'm not it's not like I want to be like Tate. I want to have the freedom that he has. I want to be able to do shit and say whatever the fuck I want. And so you could tell Tate, don't be like you. And he'll be like, okay, bye. Who cares what you think? He said, don't be like him. I'm not a regular watcher. I remember being mildly impressed by some older videos. Not because there's anything profound, but I sense that you have the potential to create great art. Do that. Great art is depressing at the same time, too. That's what I realized when I was in Europe and I was reading a lot of Hemingway. Hemingway was like this romantic artist and stuff like that. But to being an artist, like a deep artist, means like you're constantly like, like, okay, you want me to be a deep artist who just running around like painting shit and drinking all day? That's what Hemingway was. You know what Hemingway ended up doing? Putting a shotgun in his mouth and ending his life. Fuck that. Like, yeah, he made great art, but I want to make great art and also live the best life I could live. The reason I want to make great art is so I could do what I want. You're telling me right now, don't do whatever you want. Make art, paint a picture. Fuck that, bro. Vincent van Gogh was not appreciated till after he died. You know what? Truth is, a lot of artists, the reason they romanticize artists is because they're dead. After they die. Rappers right now blow up after they die. Vincent van Gogh only blew up after he died. Why? Because people like romanticizing, oh, that was so so deep and brooding. That's what a lot of art is. It's just kind of depressing. Every book you read, any movie you watch, it's just about sadness and death. Like, yeah, that's artistic and it's like, whoa. But it's also just... And I do it on my main channel. Watch and you see it. My last 2 videos on my main channel, authenticity and you can't handle truth, they barely got any views. And those are artistic videos. People don't really care. Like, and if I died, people would be like, whoa, that's so profound, stuff like that. But people don't really care right now. Some guy donated 10. Sneako, please watch Tate Speed. James Bond, No Time to Die, hidden message. All right, I'll cue that up next.
I think it's something we're going to revisit and go back to because I have thousands of tweets, information on this. But in terms of the underperforming thing, what I get from most people, because I try and give advice to people, but I get a lot of messages and people often say to me the same thing, and they use ignorance as an excuse. I know I'm underperforming, but I don't know what I'm supposed to do. That's a lie. Because if you knew you were underperforming but you didn't know what to do, well, you'd still be in fantastic shape at least, wouldn't you? I mean, you know to train. You know to lift things up and down. So you would have done that. Do you look like a monster? No. Why? Because you're underperforming. You know you need to network. Are you part of the war room? No. Why? Because you're underperforming. You know you need to
Spin Master 25, when are you dropping your courses on video editing? Any general tips on moosing up and becoming a YouTuber's editor? Musa became my editor full time because he had the right mindset. I talked to him on Omegle on a live stream just like this, and within 5 minutes, I recognized his potential. I recognized his ability, and now we've been working together, and he's made a lot of money working for me. Kid's 19 years old. 19! And he's making more money than anybody else's age that he knows. I'm gonna drop a whole course on how to become an independent artist, not just like about how to get inspired and stuff like that, but how to edit, how to get out of the same routine, how I did it. Because I was caught up in that Matrix shit, bro. I was in college and film school, and then I really had to take a lot of self-reflection, and it wasn't easy, but that's what I want to show in that course. Not just about video, I'm gonna teach everything, but also especially how to get inspired and how I trusted myself and the belief it took to become an independent creative.
to make money. Are you part of Hustles University? No.
You really did that though.
Huh?
You really did that though.
I really did. Yeah, how many people really do that?
Not a lot.
Yeah. Yo, W promo, thank you for saying.
So it's ignorance. Ignorance is your excuse. Well, I don't know how. You know exactly what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to stop being a fuck up. So when I read this Twitter account that Twitter deleted, I think there's nothing on there worth deleting, and then I understand that all of the information and knowledge that I spread out into the world is the antichrist to their new agenda. It's the antithesis. It's the fucking antidote. I'm trying to repair the poison they're inflicting in the minds. That's why they don't like you. That's why everything about you must be gone. You're watching this on YouTube right now. There will be a time, some point in the future, probably not too distant, where I'm no longer on YouTube. Tate's gone. I'll still exist. I'll still be the final boss. But you're not going to have access to my world any longer unless you're part of one of my private networks. So this is a little message about the Twitter account. YouTube's not going to last forever. Nothing lasts forever in this beautiful world. But if you're enjoying my content, I recommend you go to corporatetape.com, sign up for the email.
Yeah, I hate when bitches do this. This girl hit me up. She's like, oh, come out with us on Saturday. Bring some cute friends because I'm bringing my single girls. I'm like, all right, which friends are you bringing? So like I can know if they're cute or not. You feel me? She's like, they're all hot. Like, come on.
They're not.